A Chelsea manager, Guus Hiddink, says Premier League club doctors should put pressure on the game's authorities to change the fixture calendar. Starting with Norwich in the Premier League tomorrow, Chelsea have to play 4 games in 12 days. Hiddink is annoyed at that schedule. He wants more protection for the players. Let's speak to Chelsea's former club doctor, Dr. Ralph Rodgers. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Is it the kind of thing that you would have done in your time as Chelsea's club doctor, actually put pressure on to try and put more space between fixtures?
I think the current manager probably gives doctors a little bit more credit than they deserve. We don't have that kind of power.
Yeah, I mean, is there any way that you could raise something like that if you'd wanted to, or is there not even the line of communication?
It's not reality. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same argument that's been repackaged for many years in terms of too many games during Christmas, too many games the whole year around. I appreciate his concern, but at the end of the day, it's market driven. It's football. People want football. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And it would be great to have one game a week for every team, but it's not the reality.
If you look at 4 games in 12 days, from a physiological point of view, is that too much?
No. I mean, these guys are young, fit, healthy young men. I think there probably should be some sort of comparison with professional football. With professional basketball, how much is too much? I mean, at the end of the day, what people need to look at are probably bigger squads, and for the managers to actually manage their squad better in terms of injured and less injured and not injured players. I mean, and that's what it comes down to. You can play. A team can play 4 games in a week without any problem if you have the right amount of players. And I said, as I said before, the manager is actually managing his injured players as well as his players who are not injured. I think this is just a distraction because maybe he has more games than another team and he wants to point that out. But let's not get by the fact that this is all market driven. People want football, and at the end of the day, he's in a few cups, and he should be happy about that.
I think a lot of people probably be nodding along and agreeing with you. You mentioned basketball there, and when you look at particularly some of the American sports, they seem more fixture heavy and more physical than football anyway.
Well, no, I don't want to get into that discussion. I think right now, without having all the facts in front of me, I just mentioned basketball because a lot of basketball teams go from one part of the country to the other and play night after night after night. But I think without having the facts, and I'm always into having all the facts in front of me before making any decision. But I just mentioned that it would appear that there are other sports that are able to do this, and why not football? It's not saying that one group of athletes are better than the other physically, but there are physical demands that basketball players have that footballers don't, and footballers have that basketball players don't. I mean, just look at tennis, for example. Sometimes you get guys playing 3 and 4 matches in a row, days in a row, 3 or 4 hours. So it doesn't really all stack up completely. So I mean, there really needs to be a study looking at the physiology first before making any kind of rash decisions.
Yeah, it's interesting. Thank you, Dr. Ralph Rodgers there, who's Chelsea's former club doctor, in essence saying even if the doctors did want to change things, it's not up to them.